Tonight we stand in this beautiful city, under this beautiful sky, as the sun rises in Syria.
In Denver, Colorado, they gathered to mourn the latest lives lost in Syria.
We need to remember the hearts that bleed in Syria, because all of our hearts are bleeding for Syria.
Amal Kassir was here for very personal reasons.
Last week, I lost 11 people. It takes one bombing for war to really hit home.
On April 4th, the same day a suspected chemical attack took place in Syria's Idlib province, 9 members of Kassir's family, including 2 pregnant women, died in a separate airstrike outside of Damascus. They add to the estimated 400,000 people killed in the war so far. On that Tuesday morning, Kassir heard her aunt had been pulled out alive from the rubble of her apartment building. It was a brief moment of relief, only to be followed by the tragic news that she later died.
I keep saying we had 6 years to prepare for this, when suddenly the face of someone that someone that you drink tea with out on the farm in Syria, has now have the words istashhad, that she's been martyred. I was in shock.
I am the revolution.
For years, this 21-year-old poetry artist has been outspoken about Syria. She talked about anti-Muslim sentiments around the world right after the terrorist attacks in Paris.
That puts a lot of Muslim people in danger. That puts me in danger, my family members, Syrian refugees who might have just come here. And so it's scary.
To harm our safety.
She protested U.S. President Trump's proposed travel ban barring citizens from several Muslim-majority countries, only to applaud his retaliation for the suspected chemical attack.
Donald Trump made the right move when he struck that military base, but work is not over.
Syrian President Bashar al-Assad says the whole notion that a chemical attack even took place is complete fabrication by the West. Kassir strongly disagrees.
Assad needs to go.
She and her father, who runs a Syrian restaurant in Denver, believe world powers have not been helpful when it comes to Syria.
What does it take for somebody to intervene and try to spare the suffering of the Syrian people?
World silence is killing Syria.
When the bombs...
A day after her loss, she took her poetry to the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. She's poured her anguish onto Facebook.
I wasn't selfish with my heartbreak. I made sure that everybody got to experience it as well while my family dealt with what they were dealing with.
Yet amid the despair, Amal Kassir still remains hopeful.
One little flicker of light can erase the dark. And we need that hope right now.
Amal is Arabic for hope. It's her lifeline now that she and her family have been directly touched by the war in Syria, too. Hendrik, Sybrandy, CGTN, Denver.